So we got an island from Lucas off the start on a maul to 3. However, Lucas might be able to counter a lot of the poison stuff. We saw a lot of counter spells. It happens. It does happen, Lucas. Lucas says in the chat, it happens. It does happen. Also, I do need to... Well, I do need to open this back up. It does happen. It's part of... So we have a... Consider that decided to send Bring the Ending to the side here. Yeah, I do apologize for this tournament being a little disorganized. I'm figuring it out, trying to figure out how to go about it. According to that bracket, if Terra wins, it faces the white deck. If Poison wins, the tournament's over. I think I agree with you, Bull. I think if Medvedev takes the win here, the tournament's over. I think if Lucas takes the win here, it goes to him in the white deck. I think you're right. What's up, Tup? Am I saying that right? I've been pronouncing you as Tup this whole time on stream. Okay, cool. Tup is good, yeah. Because like your name, my brain wants to see your name and go Tupperware. That's what it wants to do. But Tup Rewim. But I've been pronouncing it as Tup. I'm very bad with names, so I apologize. I do deeply apologize. But yeah, Bull, I think you're right. Like we're trial by erroring this, trying to figure it out how it works. If Terra beats Poison, then we've got a wonderful 3-way rock paper scissors matchup. I don't beat Poison. Poison doesn't beat Terror. Terror doesn't beat me. It is a weird rock paper scissors incident. That is for sure. You're absolutely right about that. Sorry with the match commentary. We have a Blight Belly Rat on the field that has been stunned, and we have a couple of freeze in place and quick studies for Lucas. Lucas, might I mind you, was on a Maul 2-3, who on turn 7 still has 5 lands and 5 cards in hand. That is pretty interesting. Where on the other end here, Medvedev is on 3 lands by turn 7, and there's still not a poison counter on the board. That is very interesting. But this matchup is closer than my match between Poison or my match between Terror. I feel like yours and Terror's matchup was fairly close. It was like one of those things where it started off close, but then the there's like a turning point where the gap really grew out. Where I felt like the Poison deck like is a pretty bad matchup for your deck. Tup. Winner has to face the end boss. Yeah, right. Spell Pierce coming in for that to get rid of this infectious inquiry. If Lucas can keep a poison counter from being added onto his board, he's going to be setting in a good position. Lucas will be setting in a good position. It's basically impossible, unfortunately. Yeah, some of the decks I really like, it's like impossible to beat this deck with too. I get it. I feel it. Modern Age coming down for Lucas. I don't have aggression in my deck or sideboard. Yeah, like you can still close a game out pretty quick because your creatures are chunky, but it is a weird spot for you when it comes to like actually being able to close the game out super quick. Oh, there goes on the counter. The first counter has been landed. Osco Verasco's Fall is a very good counter cleanup card for Tolarian Terror because it does not target. I've got too many control cards that don't do anything in the matchup. That is true. That is true. Sleight of hand coming down for Medvedev. The Modern Age getting closer to flipping into that 2-3. That's going to be a pretty nice block for Blight Belly Rat. Yeah, this does feel like a rough matchup for you, Tup, for sure. Um, well, like I said, after the tournament, we're gonna go through all the deck lists here. That will be after, if Medvedev wins here, that will be after Whisper of the Draws targeting his own Blight Belly Rat. That's super interesting. So he doesn't have to play the ward cost. That's an interesting move there from Medvedev. If Medvedev wins, then I will do the payout before we go over decks. If Lucas is able to win, we'll figure it out. I don't know. you know, we'll figure it out from here. I do appreciate all three players basically saying, they wanted to go further to justify, I guess, the prize payout a little bit. I do appreciate that, because that, yeah. Thank you. I got something to show you after. Yep. Thank you. I got something to show you after the tournament too. After the tournament, maybe I'll show you before we go to the deck lists. Don't forget to join the /Discord. Yeah, I will. Let me get my Discord link. I've decided to remove the paywall on my Discord. So my Discord is free for anybody to join. Lotus, Bull, and David Royale and my wife are all wonderful moderators for the Discord server. This is kind of where the tournament was discussed and brought about as well. But we are at 5 poison counters for Lucas. Not looking super great for Lucas, especially when Medvedev has 5 cards in hand. But Lucas can close out a game very fast with those Tolarian Terrors, or even the Obria's Attendant. However, bring the end. Ing. There's an ing there. But we have a Spell Pierce to back it up. All right, so that's going to prevent another poison counter from being added, adding a 3/4 threat on the board for Lucas. It's basically a way to ensure the winner beats the other 2 players at least once. Yeah, I get that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was having a hard time personally trying to figure out what felt right for the players. Do I stick with what I originally said, whoever goes 2-0 gets to win? Or does it seem like, should every player, should we round robin it? Should every player play every player? And I definitely like the idea of like round robining. Actually, I think that's what's going to happen in the future. In the future, if I do a tournament that has 4 or less players in it, we will round robin. The tournament will turn into a round robin tournament. I didn't feel like I should change it when we were down to 4 players and down into 3, because I wasn't sure how to organize it with Melee. But after using Melee a bit today, I feel a little bit more comfortable, not only how to use it, but also to kind of how to progress and to change the tournaments when they need to be. So I do appreciate the players today, because of the low player count, being like, hey, I don't feel right for only winning 1 game and getting by, for getting 50 tickets. Let's do another round. So I really do appreciate that. By the by. Exactly. So I do appreciate my players today of being as awesome as they have been. Lucas, though, is going to go to 9 poison and 10 because Blight Belly Rat will die, and that's actually going to close out game 1 for Medvedev to take down Lucas with 10 poison counters. Phew, pretty tough spot. I will say this, on a mulligan to 3, that was a hell of a fight for Lucas. I gotta say that. On a mull to 3, that was pretty impressive to come back from like that. You can also use game winners for break ties, which means this win would be enough to take Medvedev to victory. Yeah, that would have to be another thing. Oh, you think just this first game win will be enough? Maybe. I do believe over here, let me look over here on Melee. I do believe it will give me like game percentage wins. Standings. There we go. Yeah, so I do have the game win percentages over here on Melee. So yeah, I'm learning to do this. So because this game win would make Medvedev a higher GW than any other player, even if he loses to Lucas. Yep. So, but I like I said, it's been a learning process. So I do appreciate you guys, y'all trying to do this with me, and I do appreciate you all playing. I really do, because I beat Lucas 2-0 and he beat me 2-0. True, you're right about that. Just think, this tournament has been awesome. The next tournament is going to be 1,000 times better. It's only going to get better every time. Consider coming in, surveil 1, draw a card. I'm still pretty happy with the way my deck played out. It was cool. I liked your deck quite a bit, Tup. I really did. It was cool. Like I said, we're gonna go out. We're gonna go over the deck lists at the end of this tournament. So talk about the cards and stuff. So if Lucas can counter this, yep, here comes the negate. If you can keep one of the best ways to fight against this poison counter deck, in my opinion, is to keep the counters themselves from getting on there, because there's less cards in the deck that gives the counters than the proliferation part. The proliferation part is what really adds on. Also, I don't know if anybody mulligan there. Quick study coming in, draw 2 cards, but spell pierce. No. Nope. No study for you. This Blight Belly Rat looks like it's probably going to be able to get in to get on some poison counters here. A study instead of interaction for Rat means the Rat gets in, gets the win here. Oh, but it gets returned to hand before the attack. Does it get countered, though? Is there a counter spell to back this up? Target spell, yeah, so bring the ending is going to bring the end to dispersal. Why is it every time I see dispersal, my brain does not go, that's how you say dispersal. I'm like, just a pearl? That's what my brain wants to go to. It's like, no, it's dispersal. You've said it 1,000 times today. All right, this is becoming a very dicey game for Mono Blue. Yes, it is. This is, well, there's Terror coming in. This is, yeah, I agree with you. It's a little dicey. Oh, Vraska's Fall, cleaning up the Terror. By the way, for anybody watching, if you don't know, Lucas does have a YouTube channel. He makes some pretty interesting pauper decks, so check out Lucas's channel. Want to give a shout out. I don't know if Medvedev does. Tup, I don't know if you do, but if you have YouTube channels as well, feel free to link them. You know what also I like about this? Here we go. These counters are going to start stacking. They're going to start stacking quick. Maybe I'll make one. Go for it. It's fun. I like doing YouTube. But what was I saying? I spaced out for a second. Desperate Parry coming in. Nope. So does this still do Toxic 1, though? I don't think it does, right? It doesn't. Okay. I was like, because I think it has to do damage for the Toxic to go on. So kind of slowing him down a little bit. But yeah, Lucas does have a YouTube channel. It's just lukaserba on YouTube. So we're up to 5 islands, so they could play this Attendant if they wanted to. If Lucas wins, everybody gets 15 ticks. And comes in Blight Belly Rat. I understand why tournaments like they do a prize payout like for the top players, but I personally, and I know I'm going to be in the minority of saying this, I like the idea of it just being like the main prize goes to first place. You know, that Ricky Bobby mentality a little bit. But also with 50 tickets, like, you know, it would feel awkward, I think, to split that up. So I like the idea of just first place. I opted not to include the guy that ETB gets back an artifact from the yard. Yeah, because with your Tinker Totes, that could have worked pretty well. Stasis Field was trying to slow down this Blight Belly Rat, but it got brought to its end. We also have 2 attendants on the side here, but this Blight Belly Rat is going to get in for some damage. And comes in another Blight Belly Rat. This is starting to go pretty sideways for Lucas here. But yeah, you could sack the Tinker Totes and get him back. The Tinker Tote card was sweet. I like that card a lot, Tup. I don't know how great it would be like in like regular Pauper, but it was pretty cool. Tithing Blade. Boom. We see the Tithing Blade coming in, takes care of the attendant pretty nicely, allowing these Blight Belly Rats to get in not only for 4 damage, but for 2 extra poison, which is, let's be honest, is 4 damage basically worth of poison when you're considering that you only need to get to 10. So pretty interesting. Yeah, definitely impressed with Tinker Toads. Yeah, I like that card a lot. Card really impressed me too. It was cool to see how many Ixalan cards you threw in your deck too. I thought that was really cool to see a lot of Ixalan stuff. Lucas is only playing isn't playing any Ixalan stuff, and then I believe medvedev is only playing the Tithing Blade from Ixalan. It's funny because like I looked over these deck lists, but I forgot some of the cards, so when I've seen them pop up in the field, I'm like, ooh, what's this? Wait, I did not forget to proliferate. Oh no. The modern age coming in. This attendant is going to be nice to kind of hopefully slow down these Blight Belly Rats a little bit, but it's worth noting that even when they die, like Blight Belly Rat is such a good card to just constantly attack with, because even if it dies, it does what you're trying to do with it. So why not just keep attacking? Oh, another Veraska's Fall. Having all the answers, medvedev is. We're going to send Lucas to 9, unless he has a dispersal. He's going to go to 9 poison, and that's going to feel like it's probably the game. One of the conceits of the deck was the fact that I could really run lean on lands by having 12 plane cyclers. True. You had a lot of plane cyclers. Freeze in place, going to lock down a Blight Belly Rat. Do we have another freeze in place here? I was really hoping that Terror will win here. I know you were rooting for the Terror because it throws off the play here, but to the Shadow Realm. Oh, this one Blight Belly Rat's up. This might be a dispersal in hand, but I would be. The problem is Lucas is saying no with a sad face. I think the Blight Belly Rat's going to get in here and close the game out. But any card medvedev picks up, and he's going to just do it off the top. Well, we got medvedev coming in with the poison counters. Poison counters is going to take and close out the game. Good games, everybody. Good games, everybody. Tithing Blade. Love this card. medvedev, really solid poison deck. Yeah, I guess that's the funny thing is like I guess most of this is completely in regular Pauper, is in this standard Pauper. But yeah, GG's. Lucas, buddy, what a comeback though from that. I know you weren't able to close the game out, but really impressed with that maul to 3 of how far you're able to get with that maul to 3. When I saw that maul to 3, I was like, oh, there's no way. But you actually like got to dig out of it quite a bit. So medvedev, let me send you the prize. Congratulations. First and foremost, I do just want to thank everybody for playing. Let me figure out how to do this first before I just start talking a lot. medvedev. Chat. Trade. Okay, there we go. Okay. So Med, I sent you a trade request here. Oh, there it is. Okay. There we go. So, all right, you should have your prize pool. Thank you so much, medvedev. I really appreciate it. Here's the channel. Yes, Lucas, share your channel. Let everybody know. I do just want to thank everybody, first and foremost, for playing today. It was really, really fun to watch. I had a great time watching. I had a really great time watching. It was really fun commentating. Bonus round tonight with my red deck. That's what's up. There was no consider. I cut it out. Gotcha. So yeah, I do want to thank everybody for playing today. It was a lot of fun to watch. I had a great time commentating. It was super duper fun to commentate. I hope it was fun watching it as much as I had commentating it. It was super, super fun. We had 3 players who all brought pretty interesting decks to the table that made for a lot of fun games to talk about and to watch. So I do want to thank everybody for playing today. I really appreciate it. The Discord server that I had set up for this tournament, I will delete in about a week. I did share a link to my Discord in the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, there is a link in the description of my Discord if you want to join. I did remove it from the paywall. It is free to join, and that's where we have a lot of these kind of discussions. So feel free to join that Discord. And I do just want to say real quick before we talk about the other decks, and I have something I want to show you this because I think it's cool. No other reason, but this whole UCW thing, this Ultimate Cardboard Warrior, it's a fight promotion that I'm wanting to do, if you will, where it is a cardboard trading card game style tournament. I do want to host more tournaments. It's something I've been thinking about for a long time and wanting to try to do. I personally like the commentating side quite a bit, and it's something I've wanted to do for quite a while. So I do want to thank you all for being here to do this. I do want to do this again in the future. The rest of my November and especially my December is too hectic, to say the least. So I'm maybe looking at maybe January of coming back and doing another tournament. Maybe we'll do just like a straight up Pauper tournament. Don't know, but we shall see.